If aliens landed on Earth tomorrow, they wouldn't look like us. They would look like this, with their segmented armor, built-in sensory arrays, and chemical processing engines. Arthropods are the most successful inhabitants of our planet. But armor comes with a cost. To grow, you must shed everything you are. Arthropods are a remarkably successful phylum, characterized by several key evolutionary adaptations that have allowed them to thrive in diverse environments. First, we are going to study about their body plan and tegmatization. Arthropod bodies are segmented. While ancestors may have had many similar segments, evolutionary success has been driven by tegmatization. What is tegmatization, you ask? It is the fusion of segments into functional body regions called tegmata. Example, the head, thorax, and abdomen. Second, we will study about the exoskeleton and molting. All arthropods are encased in a tough exoskeleton cuticle composed of chitin. This serves multiple purposes. It guards against predators, injury, and parasites. It is crucial for life on land, and it provides a rigid structure for muscle attachment. Because the exoskeleton cannot grow, arthropods must periodically perform ecdysis, which is also known as molting. They shed the old cuticle after secreting a new soft one underneath, then expand their body size before the new cell hardens. During this post-molt phase, the animal is highly vulnerable. Number 3, we are going to study about sensory systems. Compound eyes. Many arthropods possess compound eyes, which are made up of thousands of independent visual units called ommatidia. This consists of opposition eyes. These are found in day-active insects like bees, where pigment cells isolate each ommatidium for sharp individual images. Superposition eyes. It is found in nocturnal insects like moths, designed to aggregate light across many ommatidia for better sensitivity in low light. Cell eye. It is simple eyes, often used to detect changes in light intensity or to assist in flight stabilization. Number 4, we are going to study about physiological systems. Under physiological systems, arthropods consist of circulatory system, respiratory system, excretory system, and nervous system. Let's talk about circulatory system. Arthropods have an open circulatory system. Blood is pumped by a heart into the body cavity, where it directly bathes the tissues before returning to the heart through one-way valves. Next, we are going to learn about respiratory system. Terrestrial arthropods often utilize tracheae, a network of air-filled tubes that deliver oxygen directly to cells via openings called spiracles. Some spiders use book lungs, while aquatic arthropods generally rely on gills. Next, let's learn about excretory system. Many terrestrial arthropods have evolved malpighian tubules. These structures project from the digestive tract and effectively concentrate nitrogenous waste while allowing the animal to reabsorb water and salts, a critical adaptation for terrestrial survival. We studied about circulatory system, respiratory system, and excretory system. Now let's learn about nervous system. Arthropods feature a double chain of ventral ganglia. Interestingly, the brain acts more as an inhibitor of actions rather than a primary stimulator. Much of the routine control of movement and digestion is managed by the ventral ganglia. These are some of the interesting characteristics of arthropods. If you are interested in learning biology, you can grab the book here at a massive discount only for limited time.